Album of the Week, episode 41. Alrighty guys, this week we're taking a look at Nordic Trumpet Concertos by Ole Edvard Antonsen. So Nordic Trumpet Concertos, this was kind of an interesting one. I have never heard of any of these pieces on the track, or on the CD I mean. So we start off, we've got Harry Wiseman's Concerto for Trumpet and Orchestra. And I'll say this, I suck at names all the time, especially when they're Nordic. But next up we've got Britta Bystrom's Forvillesler Concerto for Trumpet and Orchestra. Next is Alfred Jansson's Norwegian Dance for Cornet and String Orchestra. And ending off with Christian Lindberg's Akbank Bunka for Trumpet and Chamber Orchestra. Lauren's here, so if you heard her laugh rudely, she's like right there. This is the first time she couldn't just leave.
Akbank Bunka.
Anyways. Oh yeah, and I should say, Lauren also made me take pictures for our graduation. Because we don't have a graduation because it's COVID-19. So that's why I'm dressed up. And I'm also dressed up because this is the last time this background will be in the album of the week. And that makes me a little sad because I love this apartment so much. But I'm really going to miss it. But this is the last one that's going to look like this ever. So that makes me sad. Anyway, back to the album of the week. So those are the four. And Ole Edvard Antonsen is the trumpet player, obviously, and we're playing along with the Nordic Chamber Orchestra with Christian Lindberg as the conductor. Now, Christian was also, if you remember, I just said it, he's the composer of the last piece, and he's also a world-famous trombonist. If you look up Håkan Hardenberger and him playing I can't think of it right now. I will link it below. And it'll pop up here right now, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. It's, Lauren. Da 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 da. Carmen. That's what I'm trying to... Yeah, that's right. So him and Hakan do an excellent concert of Carmen. I'll link that, like I said. Any whoosies. Let's get into the pieces a little bit. So we start off with Harry Wiseman's piece. I just wanted to read a little bit about this. The album notes in here are fantastic. I'm not going to read everything, but highly recommend you check this out if you're interested in any of this music. So the first concerto by Harry Wiseman, my Concerto for Trumpet and Orchestra was originally commissioned by the Music Institute and the Municipal Orchestra of the Finnish provincial town of Kemi, K-E-M-I. With its premiere, the Music Institute wanted to celebrate the graduation of an unusually talented student, the then 17-year-old Pasi Pirinen, who is now principal trumpeter in the Helsinki Philharmonic Orchestra. But this was the year 1987. And it goes on and on about that. So that's interesting. That's why it was written. Next up, Britta Bystrom's Forvillesler, and that's track of the week. That whole piece, it's excellent. I especially enjoyed the fourth movement, Energico. Excellent. But female composer, so that's nice that they get a female composer on here. So it was Forvillesler, in parentheses, it translates in English to Delusions. It was composed in 2005, so a relatively recent composition for the Royal Academy, the Royal Academic Orchestra of Uppsala University, and the trumpeter Urban Agnes. Work consists of 5 movements, of which the last 2 are played attacca. I consider them to be 5 independent musical images rather than a voyage from one point to another. So that's neat there. And attacca, just transitioning from one to the next with it just smoothly transitions. That's what that means. Next up, we've got Alfred Jansen's Norwegian Dance. And in order to explain the title Norwegian Dance, thanks to Rikard Nordrak, I need to begin with a quick recapitulation of the entire history of music. And blah, blah, blah. Basically, it's about a dance. You can read it on your own if you want. And then finally, we end with Christian Lindberg's Abank Bunka. And this was kind of an interesting one. The title is a combination of Turkish and Japanese. Akbank being the name of a Turkish bank, the bunka meaning culture in Japanese. I'll just read this whole thing. He says, I could tell you a lot more about the different composition techniques I used in the work's orchestration, form, and analysis, ... and bore you to death. But I will not. Instead, I'll end this program note with the hope that you will have as much fun listening to it as I had writing it. I love Christian Lindberg. He's a really funny guy. Recently interviewed by the Canadian Brass as well. He does more conducting now, but excellent trombonist and composer too. I think composition is probably the least of what he's known for, at least for me. I know him first as a trombone player, and then second as a conductor. Like I said, he conducted this album. So that's those are what the pieces are about. Again, there's more information in the program note if you're interested. Let me just quick tell you, this was recorded in January 2006 in Lindbergh, and September 2006 for the other works in Sweden. Yeah, that's all I'm going to say. Like I said, more information in here. Ole Edvard Antonsen. There's also biographies of Ole Edvard Antonsen as well as Christian Lindbergh in here, along with all the other composers. So it's a really cool program notes, you know. But Ole Edvard Antonsen is one of the world's greatest classical trumpet soloists. His articulation especially is something that always just wows me. He's just got such a quick tongue. But it's not that heavy orchestral style either. It's really, really beautiful. Just so light and pristine, I guess is what I would say. And his recording of
Wait,
what is that called? You probably know. It's that one. I'll write it here or something. It's fine, Lauren. It's that one. It'll pop up here somewhere too, and I'll link it below. Check that recording out. It's really, really good with Ole Edvard Antonsen. That's going to bother me that I can't think of that. But really excellent. He's one of the greatest trumpet players. We'll be doing another album with him. I actually own one, so that'll be coming. And I think that one's... I think a French trumpet concerto album of his. This is on Spotify as well, so be sure to listen to that. I'll link that below as always as well. I think that's everything I needed to say on that album. Next week, we're taking a look at one of the most delicate trumpet players of all time, Maynard Ferguson. Maynard is the exact opposite of what I just said. Great trumpet player. I find that a lot of young players look up to Maynard, especially maybe not as much now, but when I was younger, and even more before that, so my former teacher Brent Turney, actually played in his band, which is pretty cool. Maynard is one of those names that is probably close to a household trumpet name. Lauren, do you know Maynard? Ferguson? Have you heard of him?
I've heard of him, yeah.
Okay. Relatively well-known trumpet player, I'd say, as far as like in the common world goes. He's excellent lead trumpet player. He's known for being probably the first guy who really made famous, playing screaming high stuff. I've never been super attracted to his music. High notes have never, I know it's weird, I'm a trumpet player, and high notes have never really called out to me, I guess. Very impressive what he can do, though. He's also a really great entertainer on top of being a great musician. He can be over the top, and he's just playing high. That's what he's known for. But we need to do one of Maynard Ferguson. So this is his album Conquistador. Features some really famous ones. Probably most notably Gonna Fly Now. That's the first track on this album. I'm not sure if this is on Spotify. You can check that out on your own. I will link below where you can purchase this if you're interested in that as well. So again, we say goodbye to this wonderful room. Album of the Week, episode 41. I'm going to cry. It's okay though. But seriously, I am going to miss this. There'll be other videos that are coming out though with this for the next month or two probably, this background. But I'm going to miss it. Actually, after this, Lauren and I are going to tear this stuff down, and I'm moving home. I actually left everything up just for the video background. We got Marty up there. We got Arnie up there. We got my board. We got all my stuff. Everything else is like gone. So I don't know if that was a good pan around. But anyways, if you like the video, please give me a big old thumbs up. Helps me out a ton. Hit the subscribe button and the bell notification so you never miss another video with me. Comment below if you have any album suggestions or any ways I can make these more interesting, better, blah, blah, blah. Thank you so much, and I will see you in a new location next week.